Questions, if you could take a moment to comment on your team as you enter the Georgia game this week.
Sure. Excited about the opportunity to get down there to Georgia. We know what type of challenge that'll be. Very good football team in all phases, very well coached, very deep and athletic football team. So we'll have our hands full. I am proud of our team, the way we responded this last week, and facing some adversity, getting some guys healed up, getting the victory somehow, some way this past week versus Arkansas. Pleased with the way Lynn Bowden stepped in, accepted that challenge, and led us from the quarterback position. Do feel like we're getting closer. Sawyer Smith has been practicing all week and starting to get healthier there at quarterback, so looks like we'll have a few options available here this week at the quarterback position, which hopefully will help us. So excited about the opportunity, and again, it'll be a real big challenge.
For questions, press star 1, and we'll begin with Chris Elmer of 24/7 Sports.
Hey, Coach. What went into helping Lynn prepare at quarterback over the bye week, and how naturally did he take to that spot again after not playing it since high school?
Yeah. I think the fact that he does take some snaps, some direct snaps, and, we've toyed with him at quarterback some throughout this year and in the past couple years. So, for him, it's like riding a bike. I think you do go back to high school. He's such a natural athlete, so gifted. It was amazing to see how poised he was at that position. We all know he's an athlete, and you put him back there, but with all the decision-making that goes into playing that position, with all the reads, even in the run game, he did a lot of good things. So, just very pleased and very proud of him in that effort. But so I guess, on one hand, it doesn't surprise you much because he's such a gifted athlete, but the fact that he handled it so well and was so comfortable and made so many good decisions gives you a lot of optimism to stick him in there if you need to from time to time throughout the rest of the year.
What does it say about his football IQ and his ability to translate so many good decisions in terms of progressions throughout the game? I would imagine that has to be very difficult coming back after not doing it full time for 3 seasons.
It is, and it says a lot about him. We've talked a lot about it, with our local media, how bright he is, and he's a guy that really has a very high football IQ. He could play about any skill position for us at any given moment because he knows what to do. He understands the concepts, and I think that helps him a bunch at quarterback as far as knowing where to go with the football and what's there and what's not. And so he makes very good decisions, and it speaks volumes about him and his football IQ and the ability to adapt and play a lot of positions.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is David Paschall of Chattanooga Times Free Press.
Hey, Mark, in your experiences, we all know what happened to Georgia last week. When you face a team that's been stunned or is angry or whatever, how much of that comes out the next week? I mean, or does that wear off after 3 or 4 plays, any anger that Georgia may have after what transpired last Saturday?
Well, I think it depends on the situation and what's going on with the team. I know, with us, and it's not an excuse, but when we hit, we hit a very, very tough game, an emotional game versus Florida that we lost in a close one. And then we were we were limping into the bye week and didn't play very good, so the bye was very, very helpful for us, just mentally and physically, to get back ready to go. With a team like Georgia that's so talented, very well coached and so deep, you would expect them to respond like, in a positive way. And I don't think there's any doubt. This team has very, very high aspirations and expectations to go on and win a heck of a lot of football games. So I'm sure we'll get their full attention. So I've mentioned it on throughout the year that in this league it's difficult to play your very best each and every week. So there's some peaks and valleys throughout the season. You just have to be able to overcome them. But with Georgia, with Kirby and their leadership and the players that they have on their team. There's no doubt that they're going to respond in a positive way. They're at home. I think that's a big deal too. The fact that they're going to play at home, and so we have to make sure we just elevate our game. We can't control them. We expect their very best, and we need to match that. So we need to have a great week of preparation and make sure we're handling our business.
When you go back to last November's game in Lexington, I mean, Georgia was obviously very successful running the football. They're running it well again. They just hadn't had the same number of breakaway runs that they were doing last November. Just kind of how has your run defense been so far, and how do you think it'll hold up against a Georgia team that makes no secrets that they want to out-physical you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. Florida is so big and physical up front, and then they're stable at backs. They're so deep. Starting with Swift, and heck, you go all the way down. I feel like they have 4 unbelievably talented guys all the way down to James Cook. They're very talented group. So they're, we've been inconsistent. We just take last game for instance. Second play of the game, we give up a 76-yard run or 75-yard run or whatever it was, and the rest of the game we settled in and played very good. But if we're not on point and we're not all taking care of our business and playing great team defense and getting to the football, Georgia can embarrass you. So, we need to be more consistent and play a complete game.
Thank you.
Yep.
Rainer Saban of the Detroit Free Press.
I'm sorry. I actually did not mean to press star 1.
No worries.
All right, that's going to wrap you up, Coach. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.